If you're tuned in, this is your boy, Jonathan Mason, the pressure of the Twin Cities and beyond. This is the Jonathan Mason Show. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right to it. If you're tuned in, this is your boy, Jonathan Mason, live to you right at the Capitol in St. Paul, Minnesota. I was just out about with the kids, and we were just walking around, and I said, you know what, let me shoot this episode, and this is episode 17 for the people, because they love this content coming in. I want you all to subscribe, like, and follow the Jonathan Mason Show. Now, we had the Gus Macker event, the 2005 Gus Macker event. I want to shout out to the Forward Thinking Foundation. My boy DeRay Ward over there is doing amazing things. And so I was at, your boy Jonathan Mason was at the celebrity basketball game. I seen so many different people out there, and it was so amazing because, I really don't see you guys. I see you guys via online, but when I pull up and I see you guys at events, the energy's always good and it's always right. And it's nice that we can all get together and have a good time and play basketball, especially if we're black men. We love to play basketball. I'm telling you, and I am currently converting. What I'm doing currently is converting black men to golf. I think you better save them knees, them Achilles tendons. You better not tear that MCL or that ACL. Not at no age 40 or 38 or 39 or 37. You better not. You better hold on to them. I'm not out here trying to look like Superman. I'm already trying to be Superman within my community. Now, a lot of you guys are seeing that I'm being pretty persistent on the garbage that is in North Minneapolis. This garbage in North Minneapolis is totally unacceptable. It's unacceptable because I'm hooting and hollering and screaming about it, and the people who are supposed to be in charge of cleaning up the garbage are telling me to quit pocket watching. They're telling me, Mason, we don't have to get to it whenever we want to get to it. Well, I think otherwise. I think that you should get to it and get to it immediately, especially for North Minneapolis, because we see something different or something to the contrary of that when it comes to Southwest Minneapolis, where there's a different demographic, different socioeconomic class of people who, I don't know if they demand more. I'm going to be hooting and hollering and screaming like I'm from Wayzata, like I'm from Minnetonka, like I'm from somewhere that actually cares about the area. I was talking to somebody about what would happen if this pile of garbage was in Wayzata, even Plymouth. The city would have been on it ASAP. Their crew of people would have been on it immediately. But the problem is that they're not doing it in Minneapolis, in North Minneapolis particular, especially on 23rd in Lindale. It's because they don't care about our community the way that I do. So I'm not going to argue with you guys that are doing violence prevention anymore. I call you guys the Color for Shirt Negro Coalition. I'm going to be honest, I do have a couple people who are reaching out to me that are colorful shirts, and when they get out there with Mason, I will go online, like I said, and I will talk about the work that we're doing together. Now, I'm not going to participate or tolerate everybody thinking I'm going to clean up everything in Minneapolis anymore. I've done 17 years of this work. I've got $0, well, $1 billion worth of fraud has left our state. How do we keep voting for this? And then you guys get mad at me when I enter the political round, when I'm shaking the political structure here in Minnesota, whether it was with Royce White and everybody else. I don't care if you're upset. We look and see right through the ball game that's going on right here in Twin Cities. Tim Walz is from Nebraska. Jacob Fry is from Virginia, Oakton, Virginia. You know, many of you guys love Keith Ellison. He's from Michigan. Okay, we got to start a lot. Omar Fateh, he's from Washington, D.C. I don't need everybody that's coming in here just because you'll be willing to work with every single group in the Twin Cities. You're not going to see me running around with Chantel Allen sitting up in front of the Target headquarters fighting for DEI, which we know was mostly liberal white women and men at 76.1%. Nakima and them won't tell you those statistics. They also won't tell you that when it was 2020, I'm the one that marched here and was demanding. I know, and Nakima's not from here. She's from Oakland, California. Leslie Redmond, she's like from Baltimore or DC. These are people that come up in our, and then they all, to me. No, I'm from North Memorial, 3rd floor, 87. I know everybody from the Iron Rage, Bemidji, the Boundary Waters, all through Minnetonka. Yeah, I know people in Maple Grove and Minnetonka, Wayzata, and I'm out there and I go to the Cove and I have a great time. I'm going to keep doing that. Well, Mason, your baby mama's is white, so we don't think you should say clean up the garbage. My baby mama's is white, and you don't think, or my mama's white, and I'm not man, y'all don't get, I don't know what, and then you're really mad because I'm light-skinned. We have an issue with colorism in the black community. No one's willing to say it. They hoot and holler and they scream all this other stuff, DEI. I'm not no DEI Negro. I encapsulate as a human being what DEI represents. I don't need to run around saying that a shot of Shakir speed, all we got to do is loose our chains every time with a picnic and a hot dog party. If you're tuned into the Jonathan Mason story, show. Look, I'm going to work with individuals I know are doing the work. Shout out to DeRay Ward over at Forward Thinking Foundation. Thank you for being able to reach out, stand strong. I know everybody named Mama. Everybody, let me tell you, any event, anywhere I go, this is why I can't even work in the Twin Cities, even if I wanted to. We had probably 20, 30 people everywhere I go. Mason, everybody called and said they don't want you to come. Why? Because I said, let's get fentanyl and y'all ain't working and you ain't doing the groups and quit the poverty pimping and stop. What did you mad about what Mason's saying? Can't point to one thing. And then I always ask him now, this is the new movement that Jonathan's doing. Let me see the threads. Let me see those threads. Let me see her message threads. Has Mason ever reached out to you? Whether it don't matter who it is. It could be McAfee. Ask McAfee about his threads. Ask John Thompson about his threads. Ask everybody. Thomas Berry, ask him about his threads. Ask Angela Williams about her threads. Ask anybody that's folded in the Twin. If you're tuned in, this is Jonathan Mason. Ain't never gonna fold, ain't gonna twist, ain't gonna give in, ain't never gonna retreat, and was standing out here in 2020. And remember, don't forget, just because I'm a conservative man that loves his family and I can't stand for the diabolical, gender-affirming care, radical, sir. This is why I'm going to keep continuously fighting for Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know why? All this madness, fentanyl, Stevens Avenue South, Minneapolis, and Lake Street. I'm giving you coordinates, streets, names, all that. The biggest thing on the agenda item list for Keith Ellison is boys playing basketball in sports with girls. Where the north side for that? Kim Ellison, is you gonna say something about that? Black folks ain't playing that. You ain't finna have that boy playing basketball with our little girls trying to dunk on them. If that's the case, then Mason, if you're gonna fight for me to get in the WNBA, there ain't nobody. Caitlin Clark couldn't hold me. Period. Angel Reese, no, stop it. And I'll take the little $85,000 a year and then give me all type of thing. I'm not putting no wig or no dress on if you're tuned in, but I'll expose the system for what it is. This is the reality. Y'all want to play that game, and then if you won't let me get on the links and I'm the best player on the links, then do I sue y'all? I advise some of you black men, get in and go. And some of you black men don't mind putting the wig on. Some of you black men don't mind selling out and do whatever you want to do. So go ahead and go get that money on. Go expose these people for playing around. Tell Keith Ellis you can't stop me from trying out for the links. No. Y'all want to have fun and play with our little youth and kids and girls and boys? You're not going to do it with my daughter out there. Softball, basketball in Minnesota, I don't care who's running the show. Now, he's doing that. He's a former Lutheran turned Muslim, letting boys play with girls basketball. You can't tell these people are performative people. Don't get over here screaming Northside for like my people. He's from Michigan. Jeremiah Ellison and them people from Michigan, his daddy is. And my daddy's from Memphis and them, but my great-grandfather, we got real ties here in the Twin Cities. And I really don't know where it came out. I better need to do some research. But I don't see them fighting. Well, my dad's this and no, I'm fighting for this. Fifth Ward looks disastrous. Where's the business deals for Fifth Ward? If you're tuned in, I'm live at the Capitol. It's a beautiful day at the Capitol. We had an amazing day at the Gus Macker event over at North Hennepin Community College. Shout out to my boy Tommy McBriar over at Don't Shoot Guns, Shoot Hoops. I know a lot of people are mad at this energy. I know a lot of people say, Mason, so you the boss now? I had some woman say, well, then you boss Mason. And I love that energy. I'm not running around letting no one, if you're tuned in, I don't know what Nikema and them doing over in their relationship. This ain't Nikema and them, man, if you're tuned in. Look at the helicopter, look at St. Paul. I don't want everybody and their mama coming in our cities and Twin Cities and this is what's blowing my mind. As our young black girls is getting gunned down, I'm putting in a justice for Mari. Now y'all don't want to do justice for Mari because it ain't a police shooting. I see what these white folks are saying. I don't see Black Lives Matter out here for these black women that's been gunned down by black on black crime. I see what Lisa Clemens and them was saying. I see what Elle Flowers and them was saying. I'm not really mad at them Northsiders. Matter of fact, I'm actually, and we can all set our problems aside because you just see me and Tommy do it. I didn't have real sit downs, guns everywhere, everybody sitting down. We gonna talk about this today like men. Nikema and them can't have them. Leslie Redman running around can't have them type of conversations. That's why when I was shutting down the highways and all them, Brother Mason, let the black queens lead. Leslie, you don't know which way to go. First you was with James Badu, now you over here, now you married to this woman. And now Nikema running around at U-Rock trying to slow me down because I'm telling the truth and you won't get no tongue. Man, stop playing. And let me tell you this. I don't mind Leslie Redman being gay. But you're not finna be performative talking that black queen, all the white women stuff. You're not saying that to Mary Mortery. You won't say, she's a white woman with a white woman. And I got love for Mary. Actually, Mary. And I was telling Joe Thompson's people, that's U.S. Minnesota Attorney Joe Thompson's people, who he's been spinning the block. I love my white boys that's fighting for Minnesota. Tim Walz is not fighting for Minnesota. Tim Walz done let $1 billion worth of fraud. And let me tell you, to the communities that's targeting, and we know what communities they are, that's targeting our hardworking, paying Minnesotan taxpayers, that's targeting our nice systems through liberal ideologies and systems. And then y'all know, never give these contracts to black folks. I don't know how. Feeding the Future and they've got $400 million of fraud. And now a certain community, they run around with Lamborghinis and throwing money in the air and dropping off $120,000 at jurors' front doorsteps. We seen it. We know who it is. Wait till the feds find out. The reality is Minnesotans have to stand up, white, black, brown. We mostly got Scandinavian Germans up here. 1.8 to about 2 million Germans up here. The Scandinavian and a lot of them Swedish. Some in North, and this is another thing for you North Siders that's actually from Chicago, and my people came up from Chicago, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. But I have the mix, so all that white boy stuff, yeah. But I can tell you white boy side of things coming from the North Side. See, my grandfather Dean McClay, that's his name, Dean McClay, and Joyce McClay, they were in North Minneapolis and ran in on the North Side off of Penn, 2425 Penn Avenue North. North Minneapolis, where the KMOJ building is. Type it in on your Google Maps. It shows you where it is. I'm giving you the address. So that was in the 30s, in the 40s, in the 50s. So when you get to say, Mason, well, are you North? I'm North Memorial. Do you get that? I'm not playing with you guys when I'm talking about cleaning up 23rd and Lindale, cleaning up 36 in Penn, cleaning up Penn and Lowry, cleaning up Stevens Avenue South and Lake Street. Maybe you guys don't see it. I do, and I'm going to be very specific with cameras and episodes. What you going to do? You're going to keep on hooting and hollering, then I'm going to clean it up. Shout out to all the people all over the state that are tuning in and saying, we love everything you're doing, Jonathan. Keep it up. Keep fighting. You're going to clean this stuff up. They're going to clean it. I know you guys want me and my children to clean everything up for free. I'm losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've turned down millions of dollars. Everybody's going to tell you that. The people that give the money have already told you Mason ain't getting no money from us because it's Mason. So I have to strategically fight for our community in ways that you guys don't understand because I love you. And I love my children and the youth here in the Twin Cities. I was a young black man in the Twin Cities who felt this pressure, and I promised everybody in myself I would not give up. The time is now to speak the truth. I'm here at the Capitol, just relaxing, chilling and enjoying myself. And as everybody is seeing this change, whether they think it's change or not, happening, I'm going to keep on marching right through the city. I'm going to keep on marching on our Capitol grounds. I'm going to keep on masterminding and strategically planning for this takeover for change. I'm not going to hoot and holler about the police killing black men all the time when it's black men too killing themselves and kids killing each other. And we got many nonprofit groups claiming to be doing this work as we see the radical behavior going on in our cities. We all see it. You guys talk about it. The news talks about it. But for some odd reason, when I start saying this stuff, as I start walking around and highlighting this stuff with addresses, coordinates, intersections, showing you where the fentanyl is being sold, showing you the people in the operations, like Operation Big Sip, that are going on, that are changing areas. I don't care about no gang members and former gang. Man, brother Mason, I done did some stuff you don't even want to do. You don't even want to deal with me. What? I thought you was a violent prevention brother. And I ain't said no names, so if the shoe fits, why you mad? I want change. I see Penn and Lowry. Then these groups jump on my page, all these associations and these nonprofits. Brother Mason, why don't you get out there and help us? No, ain't you right across the street from the madness? And I'm watching you and recording you interacting with these people and not saying nothing. And then I told the police, I don't see y'all stopping them because I got y'all on record driving right past them with guns hanging out. Then you start seeing lockdown operations and people going to jail and hundreds and thousands of people telling you, thank you, Mason, for all the work. And then I got these same people in the community that see me each and every day, that claim they doing this work, but say they don't see me. You must not see me putting these videos up on 23rd and Avenue. I went to the Sanctuary Church. They didn't trespass me, kick me out. How they kick you out the church because you caught the pastor lying in 2 seconds and then called him out. Then I got trespassed. And then they had security. This is on Aldrich and Broadway. Operation Pull Up on the north side and Operation Clean Up the north side. I don't care if it's a church pastor, bishop, like Bishop Harding Smith, or Bishop Howe, and I love some of these guys, but I need you guys to get out in these streets. Maybe you don't hear me. Maybe you don't see me. A lot of people ain't see me. We don't see you, Mason. Okay, we playing that game? The game I'm playing is to save our community. I haven't took no money, y'all. This is what they mad about too. Well, Mason, you could have had the money. I know you turned down the money. You could have put the offer, but you walked out the room because you said you ain't selling out. Well, no, I'm not going to sell out. I'm not going to sell out. I refuse to sell out on this glorious, beautiful night at the state capitol with your boy, Jonathan Mason. Now, they hate that I'm going on YouTube every single day. They say, well, who's paying your show? Somebody actually asked me, are you getting paid? Is there sponsorships? No, but I'm glad that you guys mentioned sponsorships, because if you're willing to take a chance on Jonathan Mason, every dollar will be accounted for. We will make sure there's receipts. We're actually going to put all of our money online. It's going to be I'm making all y'all put y'all money online. And I got the systems and things to show you guys how to do it. I have the technologists, I have the engineers, I have the developers, I have the people in our city who have already built stuff ready to get on board. I'm turning into radical capitalism that is for the people, and the corporations in them are going to pay us. And they're going to pay us for being in our areas, getting us to work for them as they profit billions, as places like Midway, North Minneapolis, South St. Paul are being gentrified. And when I say gentrified, it's not conservative white folks. They're actually in the country. They're trying to get the hell out of the city. When we're talking about gentrification to you liberals, it's the liberal white folks that are moving in. Quit talking about yourself as you're talking about gentrification. Why don't Nakima Levy Pounds go out there and say to the liberal white women like Michelle Gross and Jess Sandine and all the LGBTQ community, and I love them, but the liberal white folks who are moving in the city. Why don't you say anything to the liberal white folks in the Minneapolis public schools? That's a good one. How are you guys 100% Democratic and our kids are at a proficiency literacy rate at 5 and 7% in reading and math? At Lucy Laney. What school, Mason? Lucy Laney. Lucy Laney. Where's that located? 35th and Penn, Avenue North. Minneapolis Public Schools. I already ran up on there 100 times. Why don't they have meetings about that? You guys keep on having these Dr. Seuss story time, Ashada Shakir speech type talks and thinking liberal white women and liberal white men and radical ass black, anti-black men, black females are going to run the way and run the table. You're never going to do it. Conservative white folks ain't going for it. They got land, and black men who have been brutalized by the system, by policies that you guys in the Democratic Party voted for. Well, how did we vote for it? Well, you guys voted through it with Joe Biden. How is it Joe Biden, Mason? How is it? Well, it's Joe Biden with the 1994 crime bill. It's not only just Joe Biden with the 1994 crime bill. We can talk about Margaret Sanger. with Planned Parenthood, who was a eugenicist. Do you know what a eugenicist is? In her words, she wanted to eradicate the black race. Do you guys in the black race who love Planned Parenthood, do you understand what eradicating the black race means? To you black people who are so highly educated, like Leslie Redman and Akima, did you know that the Democratic Party was actually started by the Ku Klux Klan to the resistance to the South, getting black people free? I read these things. I know the truth. And I'm not just a conservative like the Republicans here in Minnesota that say it just because they think they're going to get a couple votes. No. There's a reason why Royce White was the first black person ever, politically speaking, to be endorsed for senator in the state of Minnesota. Jonathan, how did you pull that one off with Royce and this? And I thought he was Democrat and all that, and you done switched it. I done converted him. You can't keep telling me I know that the Democratic Party ain't destroying our schools with the black kids, and we're ranked 49th out of 50 in education in the United States of America. We can't be worse than Georgia. Yep. Worse than Alabama. Yep. Worse than Louisiana. Yep. Worse than Arkansas, Tennessee, Virginia. Worse than California. Everywhere. Well, who's worse than us then, Mason? Because that's the next question. Wisconsin. Oh, shit. Who's after that? Iowa. And then North Dakota. We're in the Jim Crow of the North, if you're tuned in. This is your boy, Jonathan Mason, live at the Capitol, and I'm giving you this episode 17, something you ain't never seen. This episode diabolical because I'm breaking it down. You guys actually don't know I'm a political genius. I'm a strategist. You think I'm finna just think I'm talking about trash all day? You guys think that this is not a ball game I'm playing to go actually take over? You guys actually don't think that I know what I'm doing. They knew it in 2020 when I led George Floyd. And I won my case, the Samaha versus the city of Minneapolis, the state of Minnesota, and the Minneapolis Police Department. Well, Mason, we didn't know. Mason, we didn't know. Mason, we didn't know, Mason. We didn't know you did that. Well, you didn't Google? You ain't type in Google on Jonathan Mason, Minneapolis. You didn't see me on CNN with Anderson Cooper on 360 Live, prime time. You didn't see me shutting down 35W Bridge with the semi-truck. You didn't see the feds and them around you didn't see the federal case at the Diana E. Murphy. If you're tuned in, that's the Diana E. Murphy courthouse. If you're tuned in, this is your boy, Jonathan Mason. I'm not going to be out here all day. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody at the Gus Macker event. It was an amazing event. I got to see a lot of my brothers I played basketball with for the last 35 years or whatever, 34 years. I've been playing basketball all my life, and now we're all converting to golf. Let's keep this fight up for Minnesota. I know you guys been watching me on this trash and didn't know where it was going. Oh, trust me, Jonathan Mason is a psychological genius. They said it's spiritual warfare. And I don't like to wrestle and I don't want to fight. I'm actually a really peaceful guy, and I'm a father. I'm a business owner. I'm an individual who's a serious, passionate man who wants change for our society, and I'm going to get it. I want to keep thanking you guys for tuning into the Jonathan Mason Show. I want you guys to please share, like, subscribe, and tell everybody that Jonathan Mason wants a coalition of people who are serious about this change in the Twin Cities, who wants to fight against this drug problem we have. But give these people the resources and ability to get themselves back on their feet with our help. We have $1 billion worth of fraud, $2 billion worth of fraud leaving our state. This money is hard-earned taxpayer money that we're getting taxed at high rates for us to be able to have this money for these type of problems. I shouldn't have to demand that our cleanup in the city of Minneapolis and our city council take these piles of garbage serious, like on 23rd and Lindale. I want to thank everybody for reaching out. This is serious. This is the Jonathan Mason Show. It's only going to get bigger and better. Keep tuning in. This is your boy, Jonathan Mason, episode 17. Today is August 3rd, 2025, and it's approximately 8:30 p.m. I'm signing off. That's the Jonathan Mason Show. Like, subscribe, and share for more episodes. Thank you. You guys know I actually do